Hello, 7th graders. This is Mrs. Mayer, and on behalf of all the 7th grade teachers, I created this video, and it's for our brain science unit. So what you're going to notice when you open it is you're going to notice that you have 5 different directions. The first directions are for vocabulary. You might remember this, so I'm going to go ahead and click on the very first link. It'll bring me to Amplify. Remember how it used to take us so long to get on to Amplify because we had to go to Clever and then to Amplify? We've made it really easy for you. Now you're right on the vocabulary app. Now you might notice, I can't see anything. I don't know what to do. Don't worry, you need to scroll down. So I'm going to scroll down my screen. I'm going to scroll down until I see the vocabulary app. I'm going to click on the vocabulary app, and it's going to take me to start my activities. I'm going to do all the activities. I'm going to hand it in, and then I'm going to go to the next link. So I'm not going to go through all the vocabulary activities with you, but this is just kind of something to get you started. Once I'm done with vocabulary, then I'm going to click out of this link, and then I'm going to go to the second link. So notice there's an order for you. So right now I'm going to pause, and I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait because I want you to go get a piece of paper, pen or pencil, and I want you to write down everything you see here. Or you could go back and just continue to look at it because you're going to go onto each of these links. So our second activity is lesson 1. We're going to do deck 3, 4, and 5. So on your paper, you want to write deck 3, 4, and 5. Once you're finished with deck 3, 4, and 5, make sure that you hand each thing in. Not just the end of deck 5, but you do all of deck 3. So what is a deck? This is a deck. This is a deck of cards. This is actually a Confucius deck of cards. A deck is a group of cards. So I'm going to show you what that looks like here. So here I'm going to lesson 1. It's going to automatically take me exactly where I want to be. Give it a second, and it's going to take me, notice here, is deck 3. So I'm going to click on deck 3. I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to read each of the questions. Now notice, don't just read the questions and something that you cannot see. I'm sorry, can I move my video? There we go, I just moved my video. So what you're going to see is you're going to see hand in. Now with deck 3, all you have to do is this one question. So make sure you do the one question, and really you could write every single thing. This is not like Google Classroom. In Google Classroom, if you're writing, we can see it. Here, we cannot see it. So that's why it's important. I'm going to move myself over here. That's why it's important for you to notice you have a question. You need to bring it right here. You need to type in your response. Then you've got to hand it in. Okay, we're going to move on. Now we're going to move on to the next part. Notice I have to click here on the arrow. So I'm going to click on the arrow. What is this? This is deck 4. I'm clicking on deck 4. What's going to come up are 5 cards. Yes, each of these are referred to as cards. So I'm going to go to card 1. I'm going to complete it. And notice I've got to press next. Continue pressing next. Then I'm going to go to card 2. I'm going to keep going. Now I can either press card 2, then go to card 3, then go to card 4, then go to card 5. But really it's best to just keep pressing next each time. Obviously though, don't just press next unless you've actually completed each of the questions and each of the assignments. Now, something I do want to go back to, and that is that this text can be read to you. So I'm going to go to this text, and I'm going to move the camera back over here because I want you to see something. This is one of my favorite parts of Amplify, is that you can read it. How can you read it? You see you have a little, it kind of looks like a speaker. You're going to click on that. It will read it to you. And then you can simply read along. Now, every single time you go to a different what? Card. So again, I'm on deck 4, card 1. I'm going to go to card 2, 3, and 4. So if I go to card 2, something I like about this is you're going to notice, oh, there's the story again. Why is the story there again? Because hopefully you're going to refer to the story every single time you go to answer a question. Yes, these are graded. Do your best. We know you can do it. Now you're going to go to 3. Again, I'm doing all the questions. My story again's here. What happens if I see something in blue? If I see something in blue, it's actually a vocabulary word. I can click on it and it will give me the definition. So there's quite a few blue vocabulary words throughout this text. So again, I'm going to go all through 5. So I did 3. I'm going to do all 4. I'm going to do all 4 until I get to this part, hand in. Once you hand it in, then you're going to go to 5. I'm going to do all 5, and then I'm going to, again, hand it in. Now, this one I believe only has one question. So I think I may have on accident pressed hand in, and that's why it's kind of a muted color. Yours should not be a muted color. In fact, it will not get muted until you hand it in. Okay, so that's the first part. We did number 1, we did vocabulary. Number 2, we did lesson 1, deck 3, 4, and 5. Now we're going to go to lesson 2. I'm going back to Google Classroom. I'm going to the third link, which is also number 3. It says lesson 2, deck 5. This one is referred to as solo. I hope you guys remember this. We did a lot of Amplify when you were in 6th grade. So I'm going to go to the solo. And hopefully I was reading, I was paying attention, because as you know, solos are when they're going to give you a reading and then you've got to answer the questions. So again, now I have deck 5. I'm going to answer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pressing next, 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 all through all of them until I get to the final one, which is 7. And then I'm going to hand it in. Again, if you don't hand it in, we won't see it. Okay, last but not least, we're going to go to our final link. Our final link brings us to lesson 3. You're going to do deck 2 and 3. Deck 2 and 3. You're going to do all of them, and then you're going to hand it in. So isn't this wonderful? It brings you right to where you need to go. So I'm already on deck 2. You can see I have how many cards? 1, 2. 2 cards. After I press next, I go to 2. I'm going to hand it in. Then I'm going to go, my screen might look a little different than yours because I'm a teacher and I might have some teacher things right here. I'm going to do 3. Now 3, I'm scrolling down and I can see that I'm going to maybe listen again, answer the questions, and hand it in. So once you've done all those activities, you're finished with Amplify for the week. In addition, each of your teachers have different reading assignments, so pay attention to those. Keep reading. And also, we've created a template for you, and it has everything there in one spot. But I'm going to go back to the beginning. So before I decide I'm finished with this assignment, I'm going to review. So step 5 says review. Review work. Make sure you pressed hand in all the assignments. And how could I do that? I could go back, and if it's muted, and if I have answered all of them, and I have handed it in, you're good to go. You can do all of it this Thursday if you want, or you can wait till next Thursday. It is due the 23rd. My recommendation is to not wait until the 23rd, but actually today. Today's your day. Today's your English day. Get it all done today. And then read throughout the week. Record however your teacher's asking you to record, and make sure you continue to do a fantastic job. On behalf of all the 7th grade teachers, we miss you. We love you. We hope you're doing well. If you have any questions, any concerns, please don't hesitate. We will be emailing you and checking our email constantly. We hope you're doing well and that your family is doing well. So have a fantastic day. Enjoy reading.